Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Call me Dr. Wendy. Address me correctly.
Child, it looks like we're going to be calling her inmate 9943401. I made that number up. But anyway, Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have just been arrested.
And now they done stop me and I get locked up.
Now, here's allegedly where the drama started. Now, April 7th of last year, when Wendy and Eddie reported a burglary at their home, they claimed that after returning home from a trip to Jamaica, they found their bedroom completely ransacked and said several designer handbags and pieces of jewelry had been stolen. But here's where things took a turn. Investigators say that Wendy was later seen on social media wearing a diamond ring that she had reported stolen. And if that's not enough, the investigation also revealed that many of the stolen items had been purchased and then returned to the store where the Osefos received full refunds before the alleged break-in even happened. We are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have been charged in Carroll County with lying about a burglary at their home to defraud insurance companies, according to court records. Osefo and her husband were indicted by a Carroll County grand jury on Thursday, and they were charged with 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiring insurance fraud, and 1 count of making a false statement to a police officer. The charges stem from a reported burglary at their Finksburg home on April 7, 2024. The Osefos told a sheriff's deputy that their home had been broken into while they were on vacation in Jamaica, and the thieves ransacked their bedroom and closet, stealing $450,000 worth of designer handbags and jewelry. Deputies doubted the claim and determined the numerous items they claimed were stolen had been returned to stores for refunds prior to the alleged burglary. Days after submitting the insurance claim, Eddie Osefo said he needed to update the information to add his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. But deputies observed Wendy Osefo wearing the ring in a social media post.
You bigger dummy than my dummy.
Investigations revealed that the Osefos had been burdened by substantial debt, says the prosecutor. Both posted $50,000 bonds and were released, court records show. So let's get into the actual court document. Now comes the state of Maryland buying through its attorney, Melissa O. Hawkinsmith, deputy state attorney for Carroll County, and states the following. On Thursday, October 9, 2025, the defendant was indicted by the grand jury for Carroll County on 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer. An arrest warrant was issued and bail was set for $50,000. The allegations in this case are that on April 7th, 2024, Carroll County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the address in Finksburg in Carroll County, Maryland, for a call of a reported burglary. A deputy was met by the homeowners, Edward and Wendy Osefo, who reported to him that they had left to go on a trip to Jamaica on April 2nd, 2024, and when they returned on April 7th, 2024 at approximately 10 o'clock p.m., they found their bedroom and both closets to be ransacked, and several designer handbags and jewelry had been stolen. The state's evidence would show the purported point of entry into the home to be the owner's bathroom window on the 2nd floor. The window looks into a small roof that was about 9 feet above the deck. There were no ladders, and the deck furniture was undisturbed, and no indication anyone had been on the deck. The Osefos stated they did not touch anything prior to police arrival. There was a screen with damage laying on the roof, and the window was not locked. To go in or out of that window, one had to step on the toilet. The toilet lid was down and had no debris on it. When Sheriff's Office personnel stepped onto the roof and back into the home, they tracked roof grit back inside. The Osefos had an ADT system and a Ring camera. Osefos activated the ADT alarm system upon leaving for vacation. During the time they were away, there was no motion detected inside the residence. There was activity such as package deliveries on the Ring camera that was monitored remotely by the Osefos. Investigation determined that on April 8, 2024, the Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for the burglary and theft: Travelers Insurance, Jewelers Mutual Insurance, and Home Site Insurance Company for the alleged losses suffered while they were away. Edward Osefo gave recorded statements to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of stolen items he provided. He was asked whether any of the items on the list had been returned, which he denied. He was asked if he had any other insurance but failed to disclose to Homesite and Jewelers that he was also making a claim with Travelers Insurance. For Homesite, both Edward and Wendy Osefo signed a sworn statement of loss, which was notarized. The total amount of loss claimed on the sworn statement of loss was $2,500 for the building and $450,000 estimated for contents and personal property. He included an inventory of reported stolen items along with receipts for the purchase of most of the items on the inventory. Claim was denied due to the failure to disclose the policy with Travelers Insurance. In the original claim submitted on April 8, 2024 to Travelers, Edward confirmed that he and his wife were wearing their anniversary bands when the loss occurred. However, Edward called Travelers Insurance on April 10, 2024 and said he needed to update their claim, stating his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. That same day, Travelers Insurance settled the claim for $25,380, which included the replacement price of the band, which is $4,500. After the initial claim on April 11, 2024, both Wendy and Edward signed and submitted letters to Jewelers Mutual Insurance claiming the burglary occurred and items were reported missing. At the request of Jewelers Mutual Insurance, the Osefos provided an initial list of 57 stolen items. Included on the list was Wendy's gold diamond anniversary band that was reported in the Travelers Insurance claim. On April 22, 2024, Edward was interviewed during a recorded call and did not make any mention of the jury claim or payout with Travelers. Deputies were suspicious of the circumstances of the burglary and records from stores where some of the items were purchased, along with social media and email accounts. Investigation determined that numerous items that the Osefos claimed were stolen had been purchased, then returned to the store where the full refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. Their items were valued in excess of $20,000. For example, there was a Dior shirt that was listed as stolen, valued at $1,450, but the shirt was returned on January 14, 2023 for a refund, and a Gucci leather wallet that was purchased in 2018 was returned 2 weeks later for a refund of $948.70. Additionally, while reviewing the social media Instagram account of Wendy Osefo, deputies observed photos of Wendy prior to the burglary wearing a diamond anniversary band on her left finger. That ring was reportedly stolen in the burglary. Then, after the reported burglary on April 27, 2024, Wendy Osefo is wearing the same ring on her left finger. The ring features multiple rows of diamonds and has a V shape on the side that separates where the rows of diamonds began. That ring had been photographed prior to the burglary for an appraisal and matches the photo of the ring on April 27, 2024. Deputies obtained email records for the Osefos. On April 12, 2024, Edward emailed the list of reported stolen items to Wendy. The email asked if there was any additional high-value items we can add to the inventory, listing examples of Chanel shoes, etc. I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum. At the time of their arrest, a search and seizure warrant was executed for the Osefos' home, and deputies found at least 15 items that appear to be the same ones claimed stolen during the alleged burglary. Investigators revealed the Osefos to be burdened by substantial debt. Edward and Wendy conspired to make fraudulent statements and provided misleading information in support of making 3 insurance claims for financial gain. Wherefore, the state respectfully requests the bail remain the same, $50,000. So you can see the charges going down. I'm not going to go through each of them. You can pause the screen at any time. But if Eddie and Wendy are convicted of felony insurance fraud, they could be facing up to 5 to 10 years in prison, depending on the exact charge and jurisdiction, restitution for any fraudulent insurance claims, and fines reaching tens of thousands of dollars. If the charge includes filing a false police report, which of course this is, that's typically a misdemeanor or low-level felony, which which could add an extra 1 to 3 years. So combined, if prosecutors pursue full charges and they're convicted on all counts, the Osefos could realistically be looking at anywhere from probation to 8 to 10 years in prison, though first-time offenders in nonviolent financial crimes often receive plea deals, restitution, or suspended sentences. It's the smiling and the mugshot for me. It's the helmet-looking wig for me. It's so much for me, Wendy. You disappointed me, sis. You really disappointed me. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you guys think about all of this keeping up with the Joneses mentality that's going on in Hollywood? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Once again, thanks for watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of our new episodes.